Well, hello. I'm the creator of Merrill Productions Outdoors, Quentin Merrill. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about owning a drone and doing deer recovery with that drone. So let's get into this episode of Merrill Productions Outdoors. To start this video off, I'm going to be going over the good, the bad, and also the ugly of owning a drone, in particular a DJI drone. Some of the things that I have learned about having a drone, which is kind of very, very opinionated on each person individually. These are some of the good, the bad, and also the ugly of owning and operating a drone to recover white-tailed deer while the terrain and the outline of your property can be understood in an aerial perspective. Let's dive into some of these things about owning a drone that might be a little bit worrisome or opinionated, and I'm going to break them down. Number one, understanding your drone and understanding exactly how to operate that drone. Number one, I have found out whenever you're flying in close quarters or somewhere that is heavily got a lot of debris, a lot of limbs, a lot of trees, a lot of structure that you can run into, the best thing I'm going to tell you right now, even if you're an everyday user to a brand new beginner flying, learn how to fly it. And on top of learning how to fly it, get above, way above whatever the structure or obstacle that you're trying to avoid. That is one of the biggest things I've noticed about these drone operators now, after watching others and just learning and doing my own research just to learn more about how to operate these things more efficiently. So the biggest thing I can wrap up with that is watch it, just pay attention, really pay attention. And even if you have to, this is YouTube, go ahead and find you some other flying tutorials if you have to after you finish this video here. Make sure you finish this video first and like it. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, because my everyday people that watch this, they know it's going to be good. So go ahead and subscribe. Second thing I want to talk about, always use your drone in a lawful and responsible way while in flight, on the ground, or however. Always take privacy into consideration, which if we are going to be in the woods, you're really not having to worry about that as much, but always just take privacy and respect into consideration anytime you're going to fly any kind of aircraft, period. If you're recovering, if you're just doing surveillance, if you're just doing terrain layout, or whatever the case may be. Some of the people that watch this might do dirt work and excavator work and all that good stuff. This will be a good tool to give you an idea and exactly how everything looks from way up above. In the United States of America, to pursue any kind of wildlife with a drone before you go out and participate in a hunt that hasn't previously started yet and you're about to go out and chase that animal, it is highly illegal in all states of the United States, okay? That's period, that's done. There is no excuse. Everyone ought to know that, and if you don't know that, you need to look up your laws. Every laws are going to be different, but I can just about assure you, out of all 50 states, if you're starting to try to progress, if you're pursuing game and you are using this in an illegal sense, you will get caught. I'm going to go ahead and just say it like that. Hunters have got to do a better job of making sure that we're doing the lawful, legal things at all times. The next thing I'm going to talk about, in my opinion, is just how well this has really worked for me going and starting to do deer recovery with this thing. And I've had the same questions of how noticeable are the animals, how noticeable are the deer whenever they're laying on the ground. There's going to be a couple factors that's going to be different in that. The first factor we're going to talk about is oak bottoms. Oak bottoms, whenever they start having full coverage and canopy of leaves like it is now, we done got out of turkey season, now we're getting into summertime, and the leaves are very heavy. Now I'm going to tell you, in early fall, trying to recover a deer with a drone is pretty tough. It is. If you're able to get at a certain angle, you still are going to have a lot of obstacles of other trees and other foliage that's down on the forest floor that can blend that deer in. The second thing I want to talk about is pine. Pine timber is way different Number one, it's still going to be green. It's still going to have a lot of camouflage and foliage and canopy, but you are able to angle down with your camera in between those limbs in those pine trees to get a better look and see exactly how this is going. Now, a lot of people would think that pines would be the hardest, and they're really not. My personal opinion, what I think the easiest to find a deer in, which is probably going to be a fact, but cutovers. Anything that's less than 8-year-old cutover, once you get that far up, he sits out like a sore thumb, man. I mean, you got the white belly, the horns as if of a buck, and if not, you can just see the body break out. Yeah, you have to look, yes, you have to put a little effort into it to recovering, of course, because most cutovers are thick, right? As soon as they've been cut or replanted and got vines and honeysuckle and all kind of briars and such that just grow back into its place that create the habitat for the wildlife and the deer to be. I will talk briefly about finding deer in creeks and bodies of water. Okay, so the bodies of water and the creeks, you really have to look, especially if you have a lot of downed timber or logs or trees or however you want to pronounce that, that's down into the water. You have to look pretty close because sometimes they do blend in, but at other times they will show up too. Just have a solid white belly. I mean, just as white as this is right here that I have my strip on. It's very easy to pick out. You just have to look close. Whenever I use mine and fly mine, I try to do my best ability to have it in 4K, the most crisp image that I can. Pros and cons of having it in 4K. 4K, you're not going to have a great zoom, as in you're actually magnifying that camera out to be able to see closely, but your overall look is way more crisp and you can just break out that body line basically. Hopefully this gives you a little bit better of an idea of what is going on and how I'm doing everything with this drone, starting to give you more of an idea of what it is to recover. And most importantly, always be legal and do the most responsible thing with your aircraft. Try to be lawful, learn the laws, don't do anything that you know will get you in trouble is the biggest thing. And we're all, and you that's watching this right now, you're smart enough to determine what is a good action and what is not a good action. Like today, you did a good action by watching this video. So I really thank you for that. Again, if you have watched this whole video and got to this point, give me a like. If you're new here and never watched anything from Merrill Productions Outdoors, consider giving me a subscription. It helps out a bunch. Also, leave a comment. That's the only way I can do anything with y'all in engagement is go ahead and engage. That's going to do it for us here at Merrill Productions Outdoors. Hopefully everyone's having a good time out there in the woods. I know that turkey season just wrapped up. Summer's right here. Food plots are about to be coming out. A lot of moving stands, a lot of deer strategizing. We're going to be meeting up with a few other YouTubers in the next couple months to come. We're going to shoot bows. We're going to do all kind of good stuff, trade information, and I guess that'll be it. A lot to come from Merrill Productions Outdoors. Thank y'all for watching. As always, we're out.